Hello and welcome to another video. If you've just completed Book F, you may be ready to start the skills part of your course. Please refer to your timetable, which will show you the exact units that has a skills element, as well as the normal knowledge assignments that you're used to. So what is this skills element? Within each of these units, there are criteria that you have to demonstrate within your practice. Some of these criteria will be evidenced through observation, some through expert witness observation, but most will be witnessed through witness testimony logs. When you are ready to start your skills element, your assessor will send you an email with 4 important documents for you to read through. They'll also arrange a call so that they can explain everything in more detail. So let's go through each of these documents. This document is an example witness testimony. As you can see, criteria has been added to the video for illustrative purposes, but is not usually there when writing a log. Another document that you'll be sent is the generic guidance for the skills units. This will give you more information on what's expected and how the whole process works. Another document you'll be sent is the expert witness guidance. This will give the expert witness more information as to what's expected of them. And finally, the last document you'll be sent is the expert witness declaration form. Make sure you've read all of the information carefully before your skills call to save time. Remember, have your questions ready so that you can use the time with your assessor effectively. There are several types of evidence that you may have to use for the skills element of your course. As you can see here, there are a few categories. Your assessor will go into each of these in more detail in your skills call. The main type of evidence that you'll be using is the witness testimony. This is where you write a log of what you've done in reality in relation to the criteria you need to achieve. Remember, the criteria can be found on your assessment plan for that particular unit if you're not sure which criteria you need to achieve. Let's look at an example. On screen here we have an example witness testimony log. Here are some important points that you need to note when writing your logs. You need to write in as much detail as possible and make sure that you've uploaded the log within 14 days of the activity having occurred. The log must also be forwarded by your supervisor or witness within that same 14-day period. Remember, any GPHC professional can act as a witness. This includes locum pharmacists. So how do you log a new piece of evidence for a skills unit? Well, let's get started. First of all, log into VQ Manager on your account. Click the My Portfolio tab. And as before, when you want to log new evidence, you click the Log New Evidence button. Click the type of evidence that you'll be uploading. Remember, most will be witness testimonies, but there are other pieces of evidence that your assessor will take you through. In the summary description box, give a reasonably detailed title, for example, processing a dental prescription handed in by a vulnerable patient. Next, enter your date of activity. The date of activity is the date that you actually completed the activity. For example, if you're typing up something that you did last Friday, then the date you enter here has to be last Friday. Remember, in order for these pieces of evidence to be valid, they have to have been written and forwarded within 14 days. So I'll select a date here. Next, copy and paste your log into the description box. Please don't attach your evidence as a file unless you're over the 1,000-word limit, preventing you from using the description box properly. Once you've done this, it's time to fill out the witness detail. So scroll down. As you can see here on screen, we've now entered the supervisor details. If this were an expert witness testimony, you would also have to attach the self-declaration form from your expert witness. You would do this in the Upload and Attach Files section. As this is just a normal witness testimony, this is not necessary. Next, we need to tick the criteria that we feel our log has met. Click on the plus to reveal the criteria, find the unit, then the learning outcome, and the assessment criteria will become visible. Once you are happy that you've ticked all the criteria that your log covers, scroll down and click on the Submit to Supervising Pharmacist/Assessor button. The work is then sent to your supervisor's account, who can then forward the evidence once they've reviewed it. In order to view feedback for your submitted assignments, once your assessor has returned it, it will not appear in your To-Do tab. You'll need to locate the evidence in the evidence list and view feedback that way. Remember, this is a piece of work that cannot be amended and therefore it is not returned to you. That's all for this video.